Hi guys, and welcome back. If you're here for the first time, I want you to like, comment, and subscribe. To my subscribers that have come back, I thank you so much for thank you so much. Today we're going to talk about hair dye and how to prevent damage from it, and how also just to give you guys some fun facts about hair dye and what it does and how it can really take a toll on your hair. But that doesn't have to be the end all be all. You can still keep your hair healthy. As you saw in my thumbnail, you saw my hair before the color that I had prior, and you see the color now, and even in the thumbnail. I'm going to give you tips on how I got to this point, but I'm just going to give you some facts. I have notes that I took, so I'm excited about that, to kind of give you some fun facts about if you are deciding about to go and to dye your hair. This is my wash and go from yesterday when I styled it. I'll link the video in the description box so you guys can see it. So the ammonia and chemicals in the hair dye breaks through your hair cuticles, and the ammonia in the hair dye lifts the cuticles up to let the molecules of the dye in, and the cuticle is the first line of protection in your hair structure. So once the dye gets in and breaks in the hair cuticle, that's when it goes in so that it can deposit the color that is on your hair. So if you have a dye that has peroxide in it, it strips away the color of your natural hair. So once that happens, the dye is actually able to get in and deposit the color that's physically in your hair. So peroxide, aka bleach, removes your natural hair color, and that's how the dye is able to come in. And peroxide is used as an activator for your hair color to be able to come in and be deposited. The new color is then deposited into the color's pigment, and the ammonia-free dyes, they still are able to lift your cuticles. So just because it says ammonia-free, like for instance, when I dyed my hair, I used Creme Nature's ginger blonde hair dye, which is obviously not this color, and I'll get into this too and what this is, but it still lifts your hair's cuticle. My hair very much so, you saw in the thumbnail, and you'll even see it in the pictures I'll insert at the end, was lifted once I put that ginger blonde on. And once that color was there, it was there. It was no rinsing it out. So I'll speak to you about the difference between a rinse and a dye too. I'll get into that. And then the longer you dye your hair, the more damage you cause. So I dye my hair, and y'all see me dye my hair, and I told you I'm going to get into rinsing too. So let's say, for instance, you dye your hair, and then you go in like again, and then you dye it in again like very shortly after. The more times you do it, the more times you cause damage. That's why what they mean by that. I had to take a side and really break that down to y'all. So the more times you dye your hair, the more damage that you cause. But I'm going to definitely give you tips so that you are not damaging your hair in the dye process, and you can keep it healthy, like how you see my hair is very much so healthy. And then your hair actually won't fall out from dye. What you experience is breakage from the hair dye. So like literally, like when I first dyed my hair, I had pieces that were broken off in the sink, because it was just like, the hair is broken down, and if you don't know what to do or how to properly care for it, you're going to continuously experience a lot of that. So that's why I'm coming to make this video, to help y'all out so you don't experience none of it. I don't want nobody hair breaking off. So here go the tips. My first tip is keep your hair moisturized. You want to keep your hair moisturized when it's dry. Our hair is already naturally dry. So imagine if you throw in a dye or some type of chemical on top of that. You don't think that your hair is going to get dried out. I've never heard of anybody say that they dyed their hair and their hair is just extremely moisturized after. They don't have to moisturize it. No. You want to moisturize your hair after you dye it. That is a very big major key. Keep your hair moisturized. Once you keep your hair moisturized, you're going to be good, and you're going to be able to combat and kind of cut down on that breakage. Another tip is, I don't use heat. Now, what I mean by that is, I do use a hooded dryer for my wash and goes, and I'll use the blow dryer for like my roots when they're not dry from my wash and goes. But heat, what I mean by that is, I don't use flat irons, curling wands, curling irons, any of that stuff, because any type of heat, my hair is sensitive, and anytime I put heat on it, you know, I risk heat damage. Like, the risk is great for that. That's why I don't use any type of heat at all. For some people, that's extremely hard, but to keep my hair healthy in its great state and it's not lost the structure of its curl, I don't use any type of heat whatsoever. And I wouldn't suggest you using any kind of heat whatsoever, because it's just like, that's not something you want to experience. You don't want to experience damage. It's like you already have the chemical on there, but it's like now you're using heat. So it's just like, I would say I would not use heat at all. Like, I feel like that's like the best bet. Like, if you don't agree, that's okay too, but I feel like that's the best bet. That's what's kept my hair healthy. I've dyed my hair, but I don't use heat. I style my hair in a lot of natural hairstyles. So like, that's how I've been able to keep it healthy this whole time when I've dyed it and re-dyed it. My next tip is protein treatments. So protein treatments can come in two forms. There's the famous AFG two-step reconstructor protein treatment, which people infamously use, or I use this protein treatment, which is the Henna from Belle Organics. People don't want to use Henna because they say it interferes with dye, which it doesn't. I've dyed my hair and everything, and I still use Henna. I use this bad boy right here when my hair needs it, when I feel like it needs it, and I put this inside of my deep conditioner, and it helps to keep my hair strong. A protein treatment helps to strengthen your hair. You don't want to do it too often, but you want to do it enough so that your hair remains strengthened and it doesn't become weak and break off. So before I found out about that and started using it, when I wasn't, my hair was very, very weak. When I started using it, my hair became a lot stronger. So you want to use something that's going to strengthen your hair, but you don't want to use them too much, especially the effigy ones. You have to do those ones in spurts, because you don't want it to be too much, because your hair will become dry and brittle and break because it's too strong. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to have a balance. My next tip is you want to do trims, or the search and destroy method. I told y'all when my ends get a little bit rough, I'll show y'all my search and destroy method. But you want to make sure you stay up on trims when you have color treated hair. You do not want to let your hair go and not trim it, because you have a chemical in your hair. So your hair is splitting a lot faster up the hair shaft, versus if you were to go in and trim your hair when it's needed, you know, because I trim as need. I'm not on a schedule. I do it as needed. Like, so if I feel, see, like my hair is like, I'm losing a lot more hair when I'm shampooing and conditioning and things like that, I know it's time for me to get a trim. If I'm losing hair, this doesn't ever happen, but if I like lose hair on my shirt and it's a lot falling down on my shirt, that's a sign that I need a trim. If styles just don't look like my washing, my washing goes, like the ends are like, the split will look like a banana and it starts splitting, that's a sign that I need a trim. So like, staying up on your trims it's a really good thing to do in the process of when you are dealing with dye, not even just dye in general. Staying up on your trims is a good thing. Don't do it too often. You don't want to over trim, but you just want to do it enough so that you can keep their hair healthy. So like, the scissors is always near me at some point in time. Y'all don't see it when I style my hair, but if I see it splitting, I'm trimming it. So my next point is do not over process or over dye your hair. What I mean by that is, don't keep overlapping dye. So like, if you dyed your hair one day, don't go in the next day and be like, okay, I don't like that color, I'm gonna dye it over. You're gonna have to wait some time, or I would suggest my next point after this, but you're gonna have to wait some time for you to be able to change what the color is. So I would not suggest to keep over dyeing your hair. I don't over process my hair or over dye my hair. Before I started rinsing my hair, it was a long time. I dyed my hair in December and we're in September now. So I dyed my hair December of 2018. We're in September of 2019. So it's just like, you don't want to over process or over dye your hair. I cannot stress that enough. You will definitely cause damage and your hair will definitely break off. Do not dye your hair back to back. You have to give it space. You have to give your hair time to recover and recoup. Before I started using rinses, I gave my hair time to recover and recoup from what I was doing, because it's a lot on your hair. That's something new. Like, I've been dyeing my hair since I was 17, but to fully be able to care for it, I wasn't able to do that now, up until now, and I'm 29. So you know what I mean? It's just like, you have to be really careful, and I wouldn't suggest to keep over processing and over dyeing your hair. So that's another key point. Another tip I have is use a moisturizing shampoo instead of a sulfate-free shampoo. Y'all know y'all seen this. This was in my product haul. Use a moisturizing shampoo. It's going to get your hair clean, but it's not going to dry your hair out and strip everything out of your hair. You need your natural hair oil, so that helps to keep my hair in line and to keep it growing. You want a moisturizing shampoo. You do need a shampoo with sulfates because you do eventually have to really thoroughly cleanse your hair, but you need a moisturizing shampoo. Like I said, I use Creme Nature's Pure Honey moisturizing shampoo for dry defense, and this stuff works wonders for keeping my color treated hair healthy, and I absolutely love it. I've had no problems with it. I've been using it for a year, so like I'm so grateful to be able to use it even with my color treated hair. My next tip is deep conditioning hair. I told y'all I make deep conditioners. I showed y'all what I put in for my protein when I do it. And you want to deep condition your hair because you want to restore that moisture that you lost throughout the time of styling and everything else that you did, and just that wear and tear. Deep conditioning your hair kind of helps to reset it. And it also helps to put that moisture back and keep your hair moisturized. The key, not even to just dyed hair, is you want to keep your hair as moisturized as possible. You do not want to ever let your hair get dry. If I feel like my hair is starting to get dry, usually by like day 3, I have to wash my hair. That's why y'all see me do videos so often. I wash my hair every 3 days because it's just like I have to restore the moisture. Times when I've ignored it, that my hair was dry, my roots have got mad and my hair was really, really dry, and I started experiencing breakage. So just pay attention to moisturizing your hair. You want to keep it moisturized. This is one of the moisturizers I use. And I'm going to make a disclaimer because some people confuse it. Oil is not a moisturizer. It's a sealant. Use oil on top of a moisturizer to seal in that moisture, but oil is not a moisturizer. It's a sealant. Y'all know I rarely use oil, and I kind of explained that, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, before, but I rarely use oil, but when I do, I use it to seal in the moisture. So if I was moisturizing, I would use this in a cream and then oil. Or if I'm not using a cream, I use this in oil, but that combination rarely happens. So oil is not a moisturizer, it's a sealant. So I just want to make that disclaimer to you guys so that way you know. Another major key is if you really don't want to commit to hair dye and caring for your hair with natural hair dye, I would suggest they have hair that is all different types of colors, clip-ins, all that good stuff. You can dye it whatever you want to do. You can do that. It won't damage your hair, and you won't have to commit to taking care of it, because taking care of color treated hair is a process and it is a lot of work. And if you don't take care of your hair correctly, you can cause a lot of damage and breakage and set your hair back in your journey. You know, none of us want that. So if you don't want to commit to it, they have clip-ins that you can buy, and you can literally dye those and you won't cause damage, and you can put that in your hair to match your hair versus that. I had never tried clip-ins, but you know, everything is worth a shot. I would definitely say though, use clip-ins and you can dye those, or use colored hair and you can put that in instead of, you know, putting dye in your hair and, you know, causing damage because you're not caring for it, because you have to keep up on the protein treatments, keeping it moisturized, taking care of dyed hair. That's like another job. That's why I'm not dyeing my hair anymore after this. I take care of it, but I just hate having to keep up with it. Another tip is, it comes back to what I just said, just keeping up with maintenance. You definitely have to keep up with maintenance and taking care of your color treated hair. If you don't, you're going to experience a lot of damage. And for me, when I've dyed my hair years before, I didn't understand why my hair would become damaged, and that was why, because I was not caring for it. I was not keeping up with everything that I needed to do, and in the process, my hair got damaged. So that is just another thing to consider. You know, just the maintenance before you dye your hair. Are you really going to be somebody that's going to be committed to taking care of it and keeping up with the maintenance? Or are you going to be somebody that's like, like I'm going to keep it in there because it's cute, but I'm really not going to keep up with the maintenance? You have to know the type of person that you are. Like, I know I don't want to experience damage, so I'm going to keep up with the dye that's in my hair. But it's like, if you know that that's a lot for you, or you have a very busy schedule, or that's not something you can keep up with, I wouldn't suggest dyeing your hair, because it's like, it's a process and you do have to take care of it and keep up with it. I done skipped my other point, but we can go back to it. Instead of using permanent dyes, use semi-permanent rinses. And I found this out from Natural Range channel, because I would have my hair dyed, but I still wouldn't be able to figure out why it felt limp, or why it felt weak, or why I just felt like something was missing in my hair. And when I found out from her page, when she gives out her color treated hair tips in her video, she dyes her hair with semi-permanent rinse. I started doing this probably like a month ago, you might as well say, and I just mix different colors. Like, I mix this, it's by Door, it's vegan and it's cruelty free. I love this rinse. It is awesome. I don't experience damage, and I can change my hair whenever I want without experiencing damage. You want to use a semi-permanent dye or a rinse. I use this in honey brown to get the color that I have now, which is like this auburn color, and I love it. And ever since I figured out that I could create the auburn color with those two colors, I've been excited. As you can see, the dye is out top. That's from when I dyed my hair yesterday. Yeah, yesterday morning. So y'all will hear me say like, hey, I had to re-dye my hair again. I use semi-permanent rinses, and that's how I'm able to dye my hair and not cause damage. I've done it like one week and then did it another week, and my hair has been fine. It hasn't experienced any damage. It was because I wanted this auburn color, and I was testing it out, and I got to that point now. I just like wait for this to fade, and whenever I want the auburn color again, I just mix those two colors, and that's when I do it. But use semi-permanent dye or rinses instead of permanent hair dye. My next tip is don't ignore your hair, what your hair needs when it's dyed. If it needs protein, you're gonna know your hair is gonna feel very limp, very mushy, very just too soft. It needs protein. If it starts to feel dry, brittle, hard, that means it's too much protein, and it needs you to deep condition it. You just have to listen to your hair. Your hair will talk to you and tell you, I need this, I need that. My hair tells me all the time when I need something. That's when I know, and how I know to do it. It's kind of, you gotta just learn your hair in the process. My last tip is stay away from bleach. I know people are going to get on me. They're going to be like, I bleach my hair all the time. Stay away from bleach. Bleach, oh my gosh, for me, if I was to bleach my hair, I would have to cut my hair off and big chop again. Bleach is like the enemy. Like, it does not matter how much you take care of it. Bleach really breaks our hair down, and it's just like, you don't want that to happen. Like, it causes a lot of damage. I would not have a curl pattern, and my hair wouldn't be in the state that it's in if I used bleach. Stay away from bleach. Don't bleach your hair. You can use, they have what is it, I'm sorry, ammonia free dyes and things like that. So it's just like, stay away from bleach. Stay away from bleach. Stay away from bleach. I'm just not even going to be able to stress it anymore than I'm doing. Stay away from bleach. You do not want to bleach your hair. Bleach breaks our hair down to a whole nother level where it causes damage that's irreversible. It's not no getting it back once you bleach your hair. That's it. Stay away from the bleach, ladies and gentlemen. Do not bleach your hair. It is, I mean, you can take that chance, but I would not suggest bleaching your hair. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope these tips were helpful. To everybody that's come through. If you've not done it already, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.